You can't watch this movie without crying. You just can't. If you have a soul, if you have feelings, you are gonna cry. Okay, Fruitvale Station is a movie directed and written by Ryan Coogler. It's his debut film and is the first work of this great director that is now really recognizable and is going to direct Black Panther, so it's his great debut. It stars Michael B. Jordan and Melanie Diaz, like also having actresses like Octavia Spencer and Ariana Neal. It has a duration of 85 minutes, and it won the prize for Magnum Opus at the Cannes Festival, so it really is a great movie. Fruitvale Station is a true story of Oscar Grant and the incidents that occurred at the Fruitvale Station in the San Francisco area in the year 2009, literally the first hours of 2009. This movie is heartbreaking. When I first was going to see it, I was going with the expectation to be heartily broken and moved and being sentimental by it, but because I saw the video of Cinefix where they talked about how this is one of the most sentimental moments in movies, an emotional moment in movies, in movie history, but I was not expecting that, and it's very hard. It's very breaking. It breaks you. It really fascinates me how good this movie works and uses everything to become as good as it is and to become as impactful and powerful as it became. I love how they work this movie out so that it shows a day in the life of Oscar Grant, so that it shows only the dynamics that he went through that day of the incident. It's really interesting to see how Ryan Coogler could manage to make us connect and interact with someone so much by showing us just one day, one normal day, one common day, one usual day, one day where nothing special happens, nothing of real impact happens. It's just a day in the life of a person, and that's the way he connects us with all these characters, and with Oscar, and with his daughter, and with his mother and partner. And he makes us connect so much that we are powerfully moved by what happens in the end, by what happens before, and by what is happening throughout the movie, and we are really moved by it just by living one day with this person. It's great writing and great directing by Ryan Coogler. The way this whole movie works is amazing, and the ending just makes it a lot better. It just improves on what was already amazing. For the part of the awards, I would actually give it Best Picture and Best Director, because there's no way I cannot give them that, and Best Writer also, because there is no way that I can give them that. It's just an amazing work by Ryan Coogler. It's just very impactful, very great, very powerful. And Ryan Coogler writes it and directs it in a way that we can connect and that we can feel the pain and what happened and the impact, and so that we can relate and start thinking about the situation in our world, which is incredibly awful, and we have to change it. I would also give the awards of Best Actor and Best Actress, and a lot of Best Actress actually. Best Actor to Michael B. Jordan, of course, because he portrayed Oscar in a very lovable way, in a very sincere way. He had a lot of flaws, he had a lot of mistakes, he made a lot of mistakes, he lived a life so normal, so impactful, so that you can connect, you can see yourself in Oscar, you can see yourself every time in Oscar. He makes every mistake, he makes every good decision, he makes everything to make you feel you are him, and that you should be him, and that you don't want to be him, and that you really, really should be him. Because he is an amazing person. He really is portrayed that way, is written that way, and you can feel how he is always trying to get better, and you can connect with that because you are always trying to get better yourself. So that is just amazing. There's no way you cannot connect with that, and the way Michael plays it's perfect. I really felt I was watching Oscar, which I never met, of course, but I really felt he was there. I never saw Michael B. Jordan. That's a great success. And I would give Best Actress to the three actresses that I remember: is Melanie Diaz, Octavia Spencer, and Ariana Neal. It's perfect. I cannot believe how good they are. Octavia Spencer, she's always good. She's amazing. She plays this mother so conflicted by his son in a great way. And the wife, which is played by Melanie Diaz, is so sincere, so true. So they are a couple that you feel is real, that you feel they have been through everything, that you feel they have lived a whole life, and that they have passed through a lot of things together. So that's why they're together. And Ariana Neal is she's just a great kid actress. Kid actors are not really great most of the times, but she did manage to do a great job. She's great, and you connect with her, and you feel her, and you really want everything to be good for that little girl. And well, the incident is it just makes it difficult. And the relationship between Ariana's character, the daughter of Oscar, and Michael's character is just amazing. They just connect so good, that they just interact in a way that is so sincere, so truthful, that you feel that you're watching your own daughter there. Yeah, I don't have a daughter, but I felt she was my daughter. I felt I was Michael, his father, and I felt that interaction, that love, that connection, that passion, that amazing relationship and bond that is created between father and daughter. And in the end, it was hard to feel that. As for the negative aspects, I couldn't give this movie any negative aspect, and especially not an award. No wars here. It's just pretty good. It's amazing. It's executed in the best way possible. It's executed in the best possible manner, and the best beats and the best things. It's so powerful because it's perfectly manufactured. It may not be the perfect movie, but it's perfectly manufactured for the objective of it, which is sending some attention to the problem that is at stake here, sending some attention to racism and to stopping it and to making this go for once, because it's still a problem, and it was a problem in 2009, and it's still a problem now, and it will continue to be a problem unless we do something by it. We have to change it. We have to become better. We have to do something. And this movie makes that very clear by pointing it at every time and making us connect and feel everything, so that in the end we know that it is wrong, and that it is pretty, absolutely, incredibly, awfully wrong. We have to change. We have to change. In the end, I found the art of showing a day in a person's life really amazing. It showed me the simplicity of how a great story can be told, and how a great message can be sent, and how you can impact someone. This is the way you impact someone, the way Oscar did his whole day on this day of the incident. This is how you make everyone think. This is how you make everything better. This is how you make a movie. It's a great and impactful and important message to send, and it sent it perfectly. It's not a perfect movie, but it is perfect for what it wanted to be, and that is why I believe it's amazing. Let's just stop this injustice. Let's just stop this madness, this stupidity of racism, of any type of discrimination. It's not good. We are all the same. We all, as human beings, are the same, and we cannot allow this to happen. No matter what characteristics, no matter what, we are the same. We have the same opportunities. We are humans, and all together we are a group that should maybe not love each other, but at least accept each other and not treat anyone differently. People should be together, and this should never happen. Fruitvale Station, should never repeat itself. Just stop that discrimination, stop that. It's been a long time and it shouldn't be happening.
This is the section of the video in which I classify every movie I see while doing this series in the list of my favorite movies of all time. So here, Fruitvale Station climbs over an irrational man and reaches second place. Not defeating Her, because although I believe Fruitvale Station is a greatly made movie and maybe even perfect for what was its purpose, Her is an amazingly made movie and it really connected with me, so it couldn't defeat Her. But an irrational man, just get out of the way. Fruitvale Station is here. Ryan Coogler, get your place, your second place. And irrational man, sorry, but your third place now. Woody Allen, just keep up. Thank you. Her, you're still the best. I hope not for long, because I always strive to find better things.
The thought inspired by this movie now, it's not so thoughtful, it's not so made, it's not so completed. It's just a call for action, more or less. We have to stop this. We really have to. So I invite you to try to stop it. Find your ideas, find the ways you can do it, find the ways you can contribute to do it, and just do it. Share the ideas. Maybe we can, I don't know, we can all change this, because it shouldn't happen. And maybe you don't see it happening, but it does happen, and it shouldn't ever happen again. That is one thing. The second thought, maybe because I really want to share a thought with you, is that while watching this movie I found myself wondering, why were we moved by morbid things? Why were we attracted to morbid things? Like in the movie the incident starts to happen and everyone is grabbing their phones and recording it, and it may be as a protest, you know, maybe as evidence because of what's happening, and in the future just sharing it. It's the power to share it. You have to record it because that's the right thing to do. If the problem that was happening was that a black man was not being led to enter into a place, yeah, it would be something that you should record. It would be something that is relevant, and it would be something that it's racist, but it wouldn't attract that many people. It would just make everyone think, oh yeah, that's bad, but I don't care, because it's just not entering to a place, it's not relevant, it's not important, it's not impactful. But this thing, this morbid thing, attracted a bunch of people. Everybody was looking, everyone's eyes were staring at what was happening, and that maybe is because of the morbidity. And I believe and I think we're attracted to some morbid things, and I wanted to ask why, and I wondered why, and I started to think about it, and I found the conclusion that, and with some checking and some evidence and some philosophical currents that I was reading about and learned about in some videos, I found that we are attracted to morbid things because in some way, in some level, in some capacity, we have that desire here. It's a part of our animal nature, it's a part of our animalistic past of evolution, because animals had this instinct, had these experiences that are morbid because they had to kill their own prey, and they lived this way that they didn't find morality in, of course. So that's a carry on from our past in evolution and from our instincts as animals, to have this morbid instinct, to have this craving for blood, to have this craving for violence. And it's not so big and it's not so noticeable in most people, but it does exist, and that is why we're attracted to this action, to these punches, to this supremacy, and to this violence, because we have that animalistic instinct in us, and that we have this way of living that is always violent, and we have it. It's just not something that we can get rid of. Actually, we may work to get rid of it, and some of us may succeed, but it would be really hard because it's something part of evolution that is really connected to ourselves, and that is really basis of our existence. Yeah, in some years throughout the evolutionary process, maybe it will be lost, maybe it will come back, I don't know. That's not something that I have the answer to, but right now changing that is not the solution. Changing that is not even important, but the thing is to keep it quiet. Yeah, we may keep on recording, and we may keep on being attracted with our gazes to something that is violent, to something that is bloody, to some accident, to some explosion, to some fire, to some catastrophe. Yeah, we're drawn to it. That's why the news, the more popular news, are the ones that really affect and are violent. Also because we have some empathy for the people, but it is in some level because of our morbidity. And it's not that bad. It's not bad. If we keep on watching them, it will not make anything bad. It's just something that we want to watch. But the thing is, if we send it and we do it and we practice it, that's when it becomes bad. That's when it becomes an issue. So that's what I want to share now. Just don't be violent. Just drown that animalistic instinct. Just work and work hard to stop that primitive instinct from showing up. It's not something that we want. It's not something that is good. It's not something that is going to help the world. So just, if we all have it, try to drown it, not express it. Yeah, live it, see it, experience it, but never act upon it. Violence is never the answer, and it's not good. It's not good. It leads to catastrophe. It leads to this sort of situation like Fruitvale. Just stop the morbidity. Keep on having it, but stop it. And if you can stop having it, well, that would be perfect, but I don't think so. So yeah, do your best, be your best. See you later. That in fact would look great. I love this camera. Woo!